Time now to say good morning to Mike Eppel for the latest in business news this morning. How you doing, Mike?
It's been a week.
It's been a week, yeah, and it's a short week too. Technically, today should be Thursday.
I've been a little under the weather, and it's just been muddling through.
Just muddling through. Well, happy to say today is Friday, and you'll get to sleep in and rest up all weekend, which is great.
That's right.
Which is great.
That's exactly right.
We know that today is going to be kicking off some of the big banks and their earnings, their quarterly earnings reports. We'll see really how this fares when it comes to the rising interest rates that we've seen as well.
Yeah, and indeed. Actually, the CIBC has just reported first quarter results, and they're good in as much as the earnings per share topped estimates. But some interesting numbers here, Tammie, from the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, because you can kind of telegraph what the banks are seeing in the economy by what they're doing with certain metrics in their business. One thing the CIBC is doing is setting aside more money to cover potentially bad loans, upwards of $300 million. And, the previous few years when interest rates were ultra low, there weren't a lot of insolvencies or much fewer than typical. Now we're starting to see that build up a little bit. So the CIBC, and you'll hear this from other banks too, they're going to kind of prepare for more people having financial problems. It's just, what we're expecting here as interest rates ratchet higher. We'll also be looking over the mortgage book to see, I'm assuming and guessing that the mortgage generation numbers have dropped dramatically. Overall profit just over $425 million, which was down 77% year over year, even as the CIBC's sales revenue jumped by, I think, just over 9%. So, yeah, kind of some mixed numbers in from the CIBC, starting things off for the big banks.
All right, we had got some numbers about Loblaws. This is all coming as grocery inflation is a headline and continues to be. Loblaws making a significant amount of money, yet your grocery bill likely is going to be going up.
Yeah, I was a warning, actually, from the CEO, Galen G. Weston, on the conference call with analysts saying, look, they're getting requests by over 1,000 suppliers to raise prices, which would be ostensibly passed on to consumers if Loblaws is willing to pay what the suppliers want to charge. So there's this battle going on kind of behind the scenes. But, Loblaws can't win. and regardless of how much money they make, all of these numbers are big, $525 million in profit in a high inflation environment. Their profit margins go up just naturally as prices go up. So it's this situation where they try to explain it. They get all sorts of backlash on social media. And it's just, for consumers, we just feel it. And you wonder how we get prices to come down. Is it about more competition? You see, if you compare the profit margins between the big Canadian grocery stores compared to the U.S., where there is many more to choose from, the profit margins there, I saw, 2.5%, maybe 3% here in Canada, 5, 6, 6.5%, thereabouts. So you see the issue that competition does play into all of this.
All right. And moving on to TikTok now. We know that in the States, they are looking at even banning it at some point, some levels of government wanting to look into that. Here now in Canada, we're investigating the actual social media app.
Yeah, privacy commissions federally and provincially looking at what information is TikTok garnering, specifically from younger Canadians, because if you look at who's on TikTok, something like 70% plus are, in and around, 14 to 18-year-old category. And are they giving out too much information to TikTok, which is owned by ByteDance of China? This is something, we're seeing governments, block access for government phones for TikTok, for example, because they're worried about infiltration from outside sources into government data if, it opens some sort of privacy issues. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here, and can they get anybody actually to respond from TikTok to, kind of show what's going on behind the scenes.
I swear, I'm listening to you, but I was looking at that dog. It's adorable.
See, this is the problem.
Adorable. Already got me. This is how TikTok gets you.
That's how it gets you.
That's how it gets you.
That's how it gets you, exactly.
All right, Mike.
All sorts of dog videos and stuff.
That's it. That's where you get me. Yeah. All right, Mike, have a great weekend. We'll chat with you on Monday.
You too.
All right.
Okay.